think they found it quite reassuring and reaffirming. Partly because the supplementary school I worked with was, I think, an astonishing high quality, and I think they found it helpful to have that external validation. It wasn't easy for me, it wasn't difficult for me to find quality teaching, good quality resources, and to see consistency in their practice. That was something they already had in place. In many ways, it was more about offering a kind of a mirror back to them in terms of what they were doing and asking questions.
When supplementary schools are applying for an award or so, they see there are certain structures that are involved in the school. They suddenly become more aware of what's needed in health and safety, in discipline, in classroom management. All these things come together, which are normal in a mainstream school, but in a supplementary school, the volunteers, who many of them are parents or so, who don't understand the rigours of a mainstream classroom, suddenly have a piece of paper with a list and a guidance of how to develop a school. And it's that guidance that they follow with advice from the mentors on what's needed that brings the supplementary schools into its true function and helps them develop further with their school and their goals in education, which is to raise standards.
I think one of the other aspects was just seeing the sense of achievement that came with gaining the bronze and then the silver award. It really matters to supplementary schools. It gives them an opportunity to feel that they have achieved a standard. It's not just a branding. It means something very powerful to them. I think it also means something really important to the parents and the children.
The school gained to confirm that it was doing a good job. It is always nice to have reinforcement from fellow professionals, and also the experience that I could bring to the table just to put the things that they had in place in the order that was required for their qualifications for bronze, silver standard, and further advice if needed.
I think it's always useful to have a third party to even if it's only to proofread the documentation, to go through any policies and documents. I know I as a teacher was always grateful when somebody else was to check over anything I produced. So I felt I was able to cast an eye, not a critical eye, but a supportive role, in a supportive role to help the school to produce documents which would have been understandable and able to be understood by teachers out in the mainstream.
Well, I know what they were looking to get out of it was they asked me on several occasions to be critical, to question what they were doing. They want what they're doing to be the best. They didn't want me to be patronising or just to congratulate them on what they'd already achieved. They wanted a rigorous engagement. And I'd hope that that's what we had. And I think that ambition led to some really fascinating conversations that you wouldn't normally have with a school that you don't know very well, because they would talk about the things that challenged them and how they were beginning to develop strategies to cope with those things. But they were also looking to hear what my feedback was, knowing that I've possibly had experience of other people coping with different things and can share with them different strategies to address those issues.